Hi, I'm Dorothy Njemanze, unapologetic Nigerian, unapologetic woman, racer, stunt driver, actress. I talk for a living. And I'm a proud member of the Bring Back Our Girls group. In less than 48 hours, it will be 2 years since the Chibok girls were kidnapped. And every time I make reference to the Chibok girls, I'd like you to remember that they are a symbolic representation of the thousands of females that were taken into captivity forcefully, of course, and rapes serially, gotten to procreate against their own wishes and wills, and still being kept in custody for different reasons. Whatever it is, it's wrong. What pains us the most is the fact that a lot of us Africans are not as sensitive as we should be to this great grave issue. If it's something that happens elsewhere in the world, you don't waste time. You just change your DPs and the rest. Nobody's saying you shouldn't do so. But also learn to be sensitive to what happens in Africa and around Africa, because if it can successfully happen somewhere in one part of Africa, it can always be replicated in other parts of Africa. So the time has come for us to sit up and ask questions, hold governments accountable. The Nigerian government is designed to be held accountable. Don't be scared to lend a voice in demanding accountability, on what the government is doing to bring back our girls. The former government, we are not impressed in any way about the handling of that. And the present government, yes, we see some political willpower there, but it's not enough for the parents or the family members of the Chibok girls. I mean, what is being done to see to their traumatized nature? What's being done to see to their needs, their traumatic needs, to address the trauma that they're going through? What's being done to communicate what is happening weekly, or, at least within short intervals to them? Nothing. The situation of the internally displaced persons is appalling. We still have majority of over 90% of internally displaced persons in Nigeria residing in community-hosted camps. And these communities sometimes are communities without electricity. The communities without water. The communities with problems. We have a major need for healthcare facilities. It's a natural disaster. So I use this medium to call on you to, in any way possible, support people who have been affected by the crisis in Nigeria. It's astounding. Millions of people are affected. Basic toiletries are not getting to people who should have them. More and more is needed to support these people. Psychosocial support is needed for affected people around the communities that are still prone to attacks, and then those who have run far away. They still need a whole lot to get them reintegrated back into society. It can only happen with the help of you and I. And considering that it's less than 48 hours for it to be 2 years since people's families began looking for their daughters, how about you put up a message venting and demanding that the Chibok girls be brought back? Don't forget, every time I mention the Chibok girls, it's just a little representation. It's just a symbolic representation of so many other people. And when the world is truly upset about something, together we can make that difference. I remain Dorothy Njemanze, and I keep demanding, bring back our girls, because the fight for the Chibok girls is the fight for the soul of the world.